Yeah, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I decided to go ahead and do this one. I almost forgot about this one. If y'all remember, from one of the last videos when I got this package, and it had the SRKC, the SRKC that I just received. Oh, who's that over there waking up? Oh, you're licking your chops. She's licking her chops over there. But anyway, got it from Midway. It was a special that they had going on. And I announced the special for this one that they also had. And I've been watching these for a while, and I've been tempted to get one, but I never pulled the trigger on it because I thought they were too expensive. I'm being honest. But when they lowered the price, I couldn't resist. When they lowered the price got right. I hope you all got a chance to take advantage of that. I don't know if the sale is still going on. But this is the one we're talking about here today. The Lynn Thompson Kobun, Signature Series Kobun. And y'all know I got this one mainly because, I wanted to collect it. This is not a user for me. This is going to be a collector, people. Let me see the specs on it. Blade length, 5.5 inches. Overall length, 9 7/8 inches. Steel, S35VN. Weight, 4.1 ounces. Blade thickness, 3.5 millimeter. Handle, 4 3/8 inches, made out of Kray-Ex. Kray-Ex is like the rubber material that Costa uses. So we're gonna have to go ahead and box this. This one's totally sealed. Let you guys look at the signatures. Each one of these boxes, I've heard Lynn Thompson say himself that he hand signs all these boxes. So to me, that makes them a collector's item right off the bat. If you got a signed box along with your knife, that makes your knife a real collector's item. Let's go ahead and open this one up. Doing the unboxing today. That's what I got in my pocket. My titanium OG goat, cold steel, 3.5 inch Tonto Engage, CPM S35VN. We've measured it out. It's almost 3.7 millimeters thick, about 3.6.5 or something like that. Absolutely love it. This is a beautiful knife. I've been liking these for a while, especially when you get involved with Original Goat and get one of their skip bearing and metal scale kits. They have these kits in titanium and in aluminum. They might even have it in brass and copper too. I know they're doing the certain models and certain kits in brass and copper. I'm not sure if they're doing the Engage in brass and copper. But this is the titanium. This is a titanium kit. Comes with skip bearings. Absolutely love it, people. Absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite knives. I love the Engage, but like when you use the kit with it, to me, it makes it. It makes it to me. It's like a Demco knife. It's like on that same type of level. Super high quality. Absolutely love it. And the Atlas Lock Engage, to me, is a real strong, I don't know if you want to call it a crossbar style lock or what have you, but I think it's a really good lock for that lock type for people like me who actually appreciate, heavy duty locks, knives with, locks that you can depend on. And this one's been proven. They've had all sorts of weight hang tests with it and everything else, and you saw what Joe X did with the Atlas Lock Mayhem. That lock was strong. It held up. So I got respect for the Atlas Lock. Got a lot of respect for the Atlas Lock. I've seen more testing done with the Atlas Lock than I have with any other of these crossbar style locks. So Cold Steel with their Atlas lock, they're not afraid to get out there and show you what it can do. So that says something about this type of lock. And when you made it up with these handles and stuff, it actually takes it to another level, people. But anyway, that's enough about that. Let's move on. Oh, I absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. Ooh. Awesome. In the advertisement, they show it with a sheath that is like one of the ones made for a Tonto. This sheath is a sheath that's made for this style of blade, for the Japanese style Tonto. Makes me want to get another one, people. I absolutely love it. I'm digging it. Oh, that's a beautiful blade. And it feels so light. It feels featherweight, people. This feels like super light. Let you guys see the thickness of the blade. See how the tip is? But then they lighten it up in the middle of the blade. I think they did that just to lighten it up. They put that swedge on there. Okay, Juju. That's Juno, people, making that noise in the background. She's trying to open the cupboards. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? What you doing? What you doing, little girl? Huh? Looking for little stuff to get into? Looking for stuff to get into? Hmm? What you doing, sweetie? That's my girl. All right. This is a beautiful knife, people. And this one's numbered. And let me see what number did we get? 1719. 1719. 1719. Awesome. I might get another one, people. This feels so super light. Let's compare it to the original Kobun. Now this is my newest Kobun. It's not like one of the original ones. Well, actually, I still got the old Cold Steel labeling. Yeah, the old Cold Steel labeling. But this is one of the ones from the Cold Steel company. It's got a hollow ground Tonto blade, saber hollow ground blade with a flat ground tip, about 3.5 millimeters thick, all the way to the tip. And see what I was talking about? They had this one in the picture. It looked like it was coming with this sheath, and I was sort of disappointed about that. And now that I see the sheath doesn't like that. This sheath is made for the new Tonto, so it's nothing like the new Tonto. So it adds a little bit more value to the whole package to me, if you ask me, because that shows me that they had to make a whole new sheath. They had to set up machinery and everything for the new knife and everything. So it adds a little bit of value to it. People. And the setup for the pocket or the boot is meant to be a boot knife. But I like to carry my front right pocket. This works really good in the front right pocket. And I really like the black clip now. I might get another one, people, just to have one to carry too. Oh, it's definitely lighter, people. Compare them. I'm digging it. This one would be super, super easy to carry. Let's weigh them out. Let's see what the weight difference is. Let's see what the weight difference is. I'm digging them, people. I want another one. Thing about the signature ones, though, when I get those, I get leery about using them because I want to collect them. You know what I mean? It's like, I sort of wish they make one without the signature on it. Or numbered. 4.0. 4.0 on the weight. 4.0. Let me set this up so you guys can see it. 4.0. 4.0, people. The original style, 4.5. So it's only a little bit heavier. It's not a whole lot heavier. Let's see what it weighs in a sheet. Oh, I like the way it snaps in too. No rattle. Oh, I really like this one, people. I really like this one. I'm digging it. Perfect fit. Perfect fit for the sheath. Well, I was going to wait with the sheath. Well, look at me. Okay, here we go. I'm getting excited. I like this one. 6.3 ounces with the sheath. 6.3 ounces. That's less than the knife that's in my pocket. It weighs less than the knife that's in my pocket, people. This one pops in. This snaps in really nice too. The sheaths work. And this is an old knife. This one have had it for a while. I like these. I like the Kobun, people. The Kobun to me is an excellent self-defense EDC fixed blade. That's why I think of the Kobun series. 6.8 ounces with the sheath. Either way, it's good to go. And you can get these. You can get these for like under $50. All day long. If you catch sales, especially like at Midway or something. But I would say, don't buy them off of eBay. I would recommend that you go to a legitimate website like Knife Center, Blade HQ. Midway USA, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, or one of the legitimate online stores, people. You all know the legitimate online stores. And don't get them off of eBay or Amazon, because eBay and Amazon, this is a knife that's copied a lot in China. And there's a lot of knockoffs of these knives. And you don't know what kind of steel it is or anything. So I would recommend going to a legitimate, store and buying them. They're not expensive anyway. The legitimate retail prices are usually under $50, especially if you catch them on holiday sales and stuff. Sometimes you get for in the $30 range. I would recommend going to a legitimate website. Do not buy these things off of eBay or Amazon. That's my recommendation, people, because I'm not, me myself, I don't like buying knockoffs, especially when knockoffs are presented as being the real thing. And that's what they do far too often with like with cold steels. They have the boxes and everything looking real legitimate. And if you hadn't had the real thing before, it's hard to tell the difference nowadays. So I don't recommend that. And there are legitimate sellers on eBay and Amazon. I don't want to knock those people, but they are legit. But if you don't know who you're dealing with or what you're getting or where you're buying or whatever, I always recommend just go to a store, and then you're getting something legitimate. Authorize a cold steel dealer, because an authorized cold steel dealer is not going to be selling knockoff stuff. Not if they want to keep their authorization with cold steel. But anyway, one of the reasons why I've always liked these though, is because I've always liked the Tonto. I like the Lynn Thompson American Tonto. And when I saw this one, I must admit, originally I was sort of disappointed, and it's one of the reasons why I didn't get one right off the bat, because it didn't have the Lynn Thompson American Tonto like the original Kobuns had. And I've been into that style of knife now for a very long time, people. And like one of the first ones I bought was my home defense knife. and it's been my home defense knife since the early 2000s. And what knife is it? This is an Oyabun. See, when they used to make the Kobun, they also had another knife that was bigger, that was made the same way. It was just a little bit thicker, and it's a little bit more stout and everything. And it was called the Oyabun. The Oyabun, according to the literature that they used to use for marketing with it, used to state that it meant like the Japanese Yakuza boss. That was the Oyabun. And the Kobun was a soldier that worked for the boss. So in other words, the soldier worked for the Oyabun. The Oyabun's the boss. And this was the Oyabun. This one's been modified because I polished it. I polish things, people. But I damaged it, and I repaired it by, once I repaired it, I realized that, I just needed to just go ahead and polish it. But this one's been, I've had this for a very long time, and this one's been through a lot with me. Absolutely love this knife. Absolutely love it, people. And I wish they would bring back the Oyabun. The Oyabun. The big one. See the difference? The Oyabun. Let me see. Where's my measuring tape? Let's do some measurements. All right, this one right here. Let's move this out the way. Let's move the sheaths out the way too, people. Nine-inch blade. 9-inch blade for the Oyabun. And I've always been told in between 6 and 9 inches is like the ultimate, the best size for a fighting knife. For fixed blade fighting knife. 5.5 inch, almost 5.5 inches. It's like really like about 5 and what's that about? 3/8. 5 3/8. This one's a little bit longer. This one's just right under 5 inches. So this one's a little bit longer than this one, people. The total length, almost 10 inches. Total length. Yep, this one's a little bit shorter. This one's like 9 7/8. 9 7/8. It's about 1/16 of an inch shorter. This one's 14 inches long. Handle length is 5 and about 5 1/8. All right, people. But to me, these are awesome knives to carry. If you want to actually carry a self-defense knife, I think these are awesome knives to carry. The Kobun. Why? Because it's super flat. Super flat. The blade stock is only as thick as it needs to be. 3.5 millimeters is plenty thick for a self-defense knife. We'll see your folders are like 3.5 millimeters. The ones that start to get into what they call the heavy duty range. Buck knives used to be either 3 millimeters or 3.2 millimeters for the buck folding hunter knife, 110. So these are thicker than that. So I let you know, I'm just giving you an idea how strong these are. This one's a CPM, American Steel, CPM S35VN, which is an awesome steel, awesome stainless steel. It holds your edge very well. This one right here is a Japanese AUS 8A, if I'm right, not mistaken. Yeah, 8A. Most of these were 8A, the old Kobuns. But for a self-defense knife, 8A is perfect because 8A is a tough stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about this knife breaking on you in combat. It's not famous for holding the edge. But it's like in the range of like 440C or something like that. You know, it's like, you know, when it comes to holding edges, there's a lot of steels that are better than, you know, 8A. But for a self-defense knife, this is perfect. I've been carrying 8A knives for a very long time. I don't know, for like the last 20 years or so. And sure, you know, one thing that's cool about 8A though, it's easy to resharpen, and it's easy to resharpen to a razor's edge. You can sharpen it sharper than you received it from the factory. It's easy to do that. It's not hard to do that with 8A. But the downside to it is that the edge doesn't hold for very long. But you can get it super sharp. And for a fighting knife, how long do you need the edge to hold? Think about that. You know, so I think 8A makes a great fighting knife steel. S35VN, on the other hand, it's a great all-around steel. It's like, you know, it's tough. You know, it's tougher than the S30V, and it holds the edge. You know, holds the edge really good. The only thing that's really better than this one would be like S45. You know, S45VN, but then that's when you start getting the more expensive, you know, CPM steels, and it would cost this knife would have to cost a lot more. But beautiful. I can't wait till MagnaCut gets cheaper and they start making knives like this out of MagnaCut. MagnaCut would be perfect for this knife. Tough, super stainless, and it holds the edge. That's a perfect combination for this type of knife, for a self-defense knife. Because you want something that's super stainless because it's going to be against your body, and if you perspire or you're sweating, you don't want something that's going to rot on you. You want something that can handle some moisture. And MagnaCut sounds to me like a really good knife steel for a self-defense knife steel. All right, people. I'm going to cut it off right here. But I absolutely love the Kobuns. I wish they'd bring back the Oyabun. Bring back the Oyabun. This is one of my favorites too, people. Look at that. This is a warrior. Oyabun. And they also made these in with a 7.5-inch blade too, if I remember right. I do have another one that has like a 7.5-inch blade, either 7-inch or 7.5-inch. I want to say it's 7.5-inch. It's a little bit longer than a 7-inch, I think. But this one's my favorite one, the Oyabun. This one, the other one I have is pretty much mint, and it was made in Japan. These were first made in Japan. This model of knife. Seiki, Japan, people. And they need to bring them back. They need to bring these back. They need to bring back the Oyabun. This is a much nicer knife for a self-defense knife than, let's say, than the big Warcraft that they're making now. The big Warcraft that they're making with Samurai and 4034. This is a better knife for self-defense than that knife. Why? Because it's lighter, it's easier to use, it's faster, it's easier to conceal, and it's super tough. And there's nothing to this because it's just an overmolded steel shank. You know, it's a piece of steel that goes all the way back to here, and it's held in with this piece right here. But this is just a big piece of steel that you can get razor sharp. It's got a nice hollow grind, saber hollow grind with a flat ground tip. Classic cold steel American Tonto. That's what I like. Anyway, people. Peace out. Stiletto.